Hey everyone, I'm Lauren Daigle. I'm just blown away by all of the support of the industry, everybody, GMA just coming around. It feels like an industry hug. I keep saying that over and over the entire time. I'm just honestly blown away.
You say that I am free. How can it be?
Lauren, you're a relative new artist, and still your album came into the on the 30th place in the Billboard charts, and it's on the top five of the Christian album charts still.
Wow.
How does that feel?
It blows my mind, honestly. It reminds me so much of what God has done just through this season. There was so much transition, so much learning that had to take place, but He's been so faithful around every single corner. So really, I look at it as a testament to God's faithfulness through all of these seasons, you know.
Who's your favorite gospel artist or worship artist?
Oh, that's a hard one. I
Come
would
on.
say, oh, there's so many. I love Bethel.
Yeah.
I love Hillsong, who I know you've had on the show before.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fun. Those two, I would probably say, are the two that influence me the most.
So let's get to the hit single, How Can It Be?
How can it be? Oh, you plead my cause.
It was written by Jason Ingram, who also wrote for Chris Tomlin, Matt Redman, and other big artists. How did that song come to you? Because you weren't really known.
It was wild. I was sitting, so we had just finished the meeting, the song meeting with the label to say, okay, we're going to put this song on the record, this song on the record, and this song on the record. These are the ones that fit. And we walked out of that meeting, and I looked at my producer, who is Paul Mabry, and he wrote the song with Jason as well, and this other man named Jeff Johnson. And I looked at him and I said, you know, I just don't feel like we have all the songs. There's something is missing. I can tell something isn't right. There's a greater song out there. And he said, okay, you know what? I think the Lord's like giving me a vision about the woman caught in adultery. And God just started showing him all of these women, the woman at the well, the woman caught in adultery, the woman who reached out to grab his cloak to be healed after all of those years. And he just said, but you know what? This song that I'm going to show you was written for a male vocal. But I don't know. I just feel like God is showing me all of these women because it's supposed to be for you. But let me just sit down and show you the song. So he sat down, showed me the song, and I was in awe. I was so captivated, and tears filled my eyes. And Paul said, well, do you want to record it? And I was like, well, I have a lump in my throat. He was like, well, it's okay. Go in there and sing it down. So I went in and sang it, and that's a lot of the vocal that you hear on the song.
You plead my cause. You right my wrongs.
You got the hit single. It's going to 7 million hits right now.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm informed. Don't worry about it. I'll keep you posted.
Okay, keep it coming.
So if you look at the second single first,
I wanna seek you. I wanna seek you.
it's also like between artists like Kirk Franklin, Mercy Me. How was that it also charted to number 1 and number 2?
Wow, that's amazing. Honestly, it blows my mind because if you know anything about me, I am like this Cajun girl, sort of Cajun. I come from Louisiana, grew up swimming in the swamps, different things like that. And all of a sudden, God just put this dream, and I loved singing all of my life. Like when I was a little girl, I would sing all around the house. I'd write songs. And I just thought that all of that was going to end once I got older, that I was going to have to go into the medical field or some sort of profession like that. And God stopped me in my tracks, and he said, no, that's not what I have in store. What I have in store is this dream that you've had ever since you were a little girl.
You are my treasure and my reward. Let nothing ever come before.
You won Worship Song of the Year for How Can It Be? And during that interview, someone asked you what was one of the most amazing things, and you said those are the fan stories, what God is
Yes.
doing in their lives. Can you
Yeah.
tell me one of the most special stories that touched your life?
There's so many, countless. Last night, one of them, this girl came up to me, and she and her husband, they got married young, and she's 21 years old, I think, 20 or 21, and she had just had a miscarriage, and it was devastating, and it wasn't, that heartache is hard enough, but she was in the hospital for over a week. She had to have multiple surgeries. Like, it had really done a number on her body. And she said that the song Come Alive was the song that got her through that time.
As we call out to dry bones, come alive, come alive. And we call out to dead hearts, come alive, come alive. And up out of the ashes, let us see an army rise. We call out to dry bones, come alive.
I also looked at your social media, and one thing that captured me was you talked about unity in the body somewhere in the
Yes.
church. What does that mean to you, unity in the church?
Well, this is kind of my story with that. When I moved to Nashville, I had a hard time finding a church. And it was a moment where I realized, okay, God, what is going on? And the second I walked in, about a year later, I found a church that I loved. And I walked in and I said, wow, this feels just like home. So I talked to the pastor and I said, thank you for opening up. And I said, this feels like everything I had experienced. And she said, you know why? And I said, why? She said, because the Holy Spirit is the same, whether he's in America, whether he's in Australia, whether he's in Africa, China, the Netherlands. The Holy Spirit is the same. And when we remove that, that's why it's hard to find unity between the body. When we come together in unity, that's when the church, capital C, succeeds throughout the globe. So that's what I truly believe.
I've heard the song of love that you sing. Whoa, so I will let you draw me out beyond the shore into your grace. Oh, your grace.
One more thing about the social media. You tweet Bible verses on your Twitter and stuff. What's your favorite Bible verse?
I would say I don't have a favorite. There's so many that I absolutely love that get me through different seasons. But Proverbs 16:9 is kind of my life verse, if you will. And it says that man may choose his path, but the Lord directs his steps. And that verse, you can apply that to every moment of your life, every day, everything. That verse just stands secure. So I would say that would definitely be one.
Man, Lauren, I really want to thank you for just taking the time out for us here at GtimeTV. It was a blast. You're even more joyful and have more energy than I thought. So thank you for taking the time out.
Thank you.
And God bless you on your journey and your tour and